Adam here, live at the cabin. Just wanted, nobody's on here right now, but for future reference, if you want to pop on and check it out, we are live here back at the old 12 by 12 cabin. And my oh my, absolutely busy morning. Was just trying to get everything on the go. Been going since 6:30 this morning, and just trying to get back on here for live. And I like to do this as a weekly kind of a chill and chat kind of deal, but we'll see how that all works out. I was just going through the questions and comments this morning, and I have some questions that I have written down here that I think I'm going to address. Other than that, I think it's just going to be, just a chill video. I don't even know if anybody's going to pop on, but like I say, we're doing it for posterity to get in the realm of getting used to getting on live every week. So, let's see here. Question was, what am I doing for siding on the cabin and bathhouse? Well, what I'm going to be doing for the siding on the bathhouse, I don't know if it's going to be the same as the siding on the cabin. Hey, Roadhog. Morning, Bobby Nash. I think what I'm doing, I have some cedar plank siding over on the side here that I've been meaning to do on this place, but what I'm going to do is between the chicken coop and the bathhouse. How do I get this open here? I guess it'll just pop up. Sorry, I'm just still trying to figure this out here. There's supposed to be a chat, but I don't see a chat. Maybe they'll just pop up when I'm not sure. Anyway, cedar plank siding, I'm hoping will be on to the bathhouse because I got probably 10 bundles of utility grade siding for that. And what I'd like to do for here, for on the cabin, is I'd actually like to do a live edge. So like get maybe a 6-inch to a 10-inch board cut off, rough cut, leave the live edge on it, and put that up as siding. If you follow any other off-grid channels, there's another channel, Off-Grid with Jay and Jen. They did that on their cabin, and it looks really good. They did, I think even some of their boards are probably even 12 inches. So that's kind of what I was hoping, but I don't know. It's all on the dineros. That's the thing. What's going on here? Hide all messages. No, I don't want that. See, I'm using my phone as a hotspot, and this is the first time I'm using it as on my tablet. So we'll see how it all works out. So, first question was siding for the cabin and bathhouse. Check. What kind of roof am I doing on the bathhouse? Essentially, I'd like to do the same kind of roof on the bathhouse that I'm going to be doing on here, metal roof. But if I don't do the cedar plank siding for the bathhouse, I will do it on the roof. I started to do the roof here actually in cedar plank siding, or roofing, if whatever you want to call it. That's actually back in earlier videos, and I was gonna do it a different way, but I changed the design of the roof, and it's actually what's called a hot roof. So exterior insulation's on the side or on the outside. And then no worries, Roadhog, you have a blessed day. Much appreciate y'all checking out for the little time that you were. We'll see you next time, my man. And so yeah, this is the hot roof. And so I'm just going to strap it off. It's got insulation on the outside, rigid board insulation, and then run my metal roofing over it. Another question that I had pop up, do I have internet? Are you staying warm and the sick bit are doing well? Oh, warm. Oh, the fire is just roasty toasty in here. It's funny because a lot of the comments in the video that has gone viral, super viral, a lot of the people are like, oh, you don't have any insulation. And I said to one of them, it's pretty interesting. I don't remember seeing you on the build site, but I actually have a video coming out just kind of detailing, oh, look, a chicken, detailing what I do have for insulation on the inside. But oh yeah, this wood stove, oh man, she's cranked up. Bigfoot and aliens, man, they're my buddies in the backyard. I got Bigfoot chained up in the hobo hut. No worries there. But as for internet and all of that, I'm just using my phone as a mobile hotspot, and it seems to work great. No TV back here. Do not want an idiot tube back here. My TV is literally looking out the window. Just like I said, I was looking at the window here, and there's a chicken that's walking up the path. So far, so good with all the chickens. Something's going on with Gertie. Everything that I look at, no one takes that seriously. I don't know what you mean by take what seriously. Take me seriously? Don't take me seriously. I'm a fool, so I hope you can gather that from the videos. But my buddy used to say, no fools, no fun. I look back at him and I say, hey, I'm a huge fool, so I have a lot of fun. What was I saying? Squirrel. Bigfoot. I don't know. We can, that's a whole nother ball of yarn. Uh, you know, I think truth is in plain sight in a lot of things, and that could potentially be one of them, or it could be the Nephilim. If you know what the Nephilim is, that's a whole nother story in itself. But yeah, no TV here. Seen a chicken coming up the way there. Just look, squirrel. And I was saying about Gertie that I think, from what I've been looking at, I don't think it's a calcium deficiency with Gertie. I think she has. I don't know if it's an infection because she's still eating, still moving, and still drinking. So it might be a vitamin D deficiency because I was just down at the coop this morning and had another lash egg, so had to pretty well pull it out of her arsenal so she could kind of be starting to get on the healing trend. So I have to do more research on that. I know that I can get vitamin D drops for her, and so it's just a fighting battle. These old chickens, I tell you what, four of them are just laying still. They're coming on 2.5 years old, and I'm getting 4 eggs a day from 5 birds, which is absolutely amazing because I hear a lot of people when they raise chickens that they stop laying right during the winter, and that's not been the case. These chickens have been just trucking forward with everything. And I did a little short the other day showing some of the things that I do to keep the chickens laying. Like I give them cabbage, I give them extra protein, mealworms, tuna. I'll give them scraps of eggshells. I'll even spoil them, mix up some eggs in with their layer crumb, and so far so good. The extra protein has just been super beneficial. They've just continued to lay for literally 2.5 years, which is, I guess, not the norm in the chicken community. They say most chickens stop laying all winter, so praise God, because I'm eating like 6, 7, 8 eggs a day, so I need all the eggs I can get. Hey, Coin. I love that. I love that. I wasn't sure what that was, so I'm glad I asked. Big eggs, I guess that means. So I'll take it. I'll take it. Another person in the comments was asking, do I have any plans for any other buildings? I would absolutely love, like I was saying, either in a video or another live, to get pigs, ducks, and quail. Obviously, I can't have them all together. Uh, Pigs would probably have to be at the back of the property because it's the driest and it's uphill from there. No water, so I don't want that running down, like another viewer was saying, down into my pond area, because I do want to change that into a natural swimming pond. So I would need to build a pig pen up there. I still need to build an actual shed, like a garden shed, and I've been toying with the idea. I don't know. I might put it at the front of the property because there are power lines at the front of the property on the road. And what I could do is I could build, let's say, like a 6x6 or an 8x8 or something like that, a 6x10. And oh, there goes the chicken again. See, there's my TV. And what I could do is I could actually get that hooked up to power and then not run power back to the cabin, but have that as kind of a guest house. And that would actually help me out with the chicken coop, because I am having a bugger of a problem right now with trying to keep the water from freezing. I have the big tub that I have in here thawing out. I've been trying some things. Some people have been saying fill up some water bottles with about a cup of salt in it. So that's what I did with my big jug right here. I got a big morning, Margie. Good to see you, dear. So glad you could tune in. So happy to see you. Hope you're having a God bless day. So that's what I've been doing, is I've been filling up some water containers with water and salt, and I put that in my big container. Now it keeps the actual majority of it unfrozen, but the problem is there's a nozzle that comes down and fills up the reservoir. So the nozzle's freezing and the reservoir is freezing. So I don't know how the people back in the day used to, besides filling up their water containers every single day for the chickens, I don't know how the homesteaders back in the day kept their chicken water from freezing. So like I was saying, if I got a shed out front that's hooked up to power, I could run an extension cord and hook up a chicken heater for the winter. So that would save me a lot of the problems, because I'd still like to go away for some time, right? I'd like to head away for a weekend or do a trip for a week or something, right? And if it's in the wintertime, it's a hard time having to deal with the chicken's water if you don't have anybody coming to look at your stuff. So I don't know how the homesteaders would have did it back in the day. So I don't know. I got to do some more research on it. If y'all have any ideas, I heard ping pong balls too in the reservoir. They just float, and when the chickens peck the ping pong balls, it creates enough movement that the ice doesn't kind of form. Haven't tried that yet, but it's a possibility. Another building. The Yeah, the big building that I heard that they have. I heard they have battery operated ones too, Margie, but from everybody that's been saying is they draw so much power that they only last like a day, especially in the winter months. The cold just zaps the battery. Not unless I can maybe find a way to hook up it to like a car battery or something, I'd say. So I don't know. I got to do some research. Fingers crossed. So far so good, but Christmas is coming up, so I want to head back home for Christmas for a couple days. So I got to figure that out with Christmas time coming around. But going back to the buildings, I am just so excited for this building, and I was really hoping. Look it up, then stop asking us questions. Man, you're just a DMO. You just sound like a really cheery fellow. This is a chill and chat. So if you don't want to chill and chat, the door's right there, DMO. See you later, and don't let it hit you on the way out. Not asking questions for you to get to comment. This is a chill and chat, yo. So peace out, DMO, if you don't want to stay around. So with the building over there, super excited to get at it. It's going to be an outdoor kind of chill area. It's going to have a rocket mass heater into it. It's going to have a convection pizza oven into it, and that's going to have a breezeway to the bathhouse. So I am so get a big suitcase and take them with you. I know, right? I wish that I was actually thinking that. So it's going to be connected on to the woodshed. Copper coils. That's a good act. That's a good call. That's a very good call. Copper coils. Yeah, they're good at convection, the heat, and all that. I've heard. But the outdoor seating area. That is. Oh, here comes another chicken. That's what I'm super excited about, because it's going to have a breezeway coming from the mudroom. Mudroom's going to be connected on the deck going all the way around. Breezeway to the outdoor kitchen area, breezeway to the bathroom, and it's just going to be another little area to go sit and chill in the winter months. 12 by 12 cabin's not very big during the winter months, so it's cabin fever definitely sets in, that's for sure. So that's the one thing I am super excited about. I have a lot of clay at the back of the property that's in front of the hobo hut, and I'm going to bring that down, and can't wait. Rocket mass heater and pizza oven. Off the top of my head, that's probably the biggest buildings that I'm gonna do. Bumblefoot is great. Did the surgery on the chickens, and Bumblefoot hasn't come back yet. Hasn't spread. Been keeping an eye on it. It was funny because I did I cut up a sock, and I made some indentations or some holes in it to fit the chicken's claws through the sock. So one of them was going down, because it was a crater that was like the tip of my finger big that was in her foot that I had to cut out. The bumblefoot was getting bad in that one. It was on phase 2, where the first one was only on phase 1, so it was kind of just like a scab. But phase 2, it was like an iceberg. So got that cut out. Didn't want to put that on video because YouTube would not let all of that. At least I don't think they would. Maybe for educational purposes, I'm not sure. But yeah, Bumblefoot is great. Thank the Lord for that. I don't remember what I was saying beforehand. So we'll go on to the next question. What had this one? Why did I build it on 2 floors? Main reason for me building it on 2 floors was I wanted to create a small footprint And if I were to have everything on the first floor, my bedroom, my bed would pretty much take up, you know, a third of the living space or a quarter of the living space down here. And I didn't want to have to deal with moving around the bed. I know I could have had a Murphy bed and all that, but didn't really want to do that either. So as opposed to making an add-on and kind of expanding the footprint right off the get-go, I decided I would just add a second floor, just a little loft up there, and that way, specifically for Bobby Nasser's kid. Yeah, I know I haven't even heard of it up until a little bit ago. It was just a video probably a couple years ago, and it was only by happenstance that I was down there. I looked under when they were roosting, and I looked under at their feet, and I'm like, one of them had a big puffy mark on it, and I'm like, what is that? And then Bumblefoot came to mind. I'm like, that is definitely Bumblefoot. So it was only by happenstance that I was actually able to find it. I wasn't looking for it or anything. So now that I know what to look for and what it is, I gotta be keeping an eye out on it. It should be good for the winter because I wouldn't think that any bacteria would thrive in cold weather, but I don't know. I'm not a scientist, right? I have no idea. Um, yeah, second floor. So I didn't want to you know, build up the bottom. Just it's already pretty cluttered as it is, right? So keep the bed upstairs. Yeah, heat rises definitely. And the problem with having such a big stove, it's good because the coal beds, I can have a coal bed, get this puppy stocked all day, have a coal bed ready for the night, and usually there'll be some coals for the morning. But if I had a smaller stove, I wouldn't be able to have a coal bed, so I'd have to be up every 2 hours stogging it. So it's like, you know, you're euchred if you do, and you're euchred if you don't. So, you know, it's I guess it all depends on what you want to do in your own area, right? Like I know some people that have way smaller stoves, and they absolutely love it. They don't mind getting up and using their time to fuel the fire every couple hours, but oh, there goes the chicken. And but I didn't want to do that, so I decided. And plus, for the money, I found this stove, the stove pipe, all of the accessories going through the. What's up, HCHHD? Autocorrect, yeah, right. I got everything from the stove for $200. All the connections, all the fittings going through the roof. It was 6 feet of Selkirk. I got the rain cap going on top, all for $200. So that I couldn't pass that up. So that's another reason why I went with this stove. And this is the same stove actually that is in the 12 by 12 shed at my mom's place. They have a little cabin in the back of their yard that they go and just, you know, it's 100 feet away from their house. So that's their vacation away from home. They go down 100 feet in the backyard and light up the wood stove. And I knew from there that there'd be days in there the thermometer would be getting into triple degrees. And same as it is here, some days it's the open door policy. If it's a little warm in here, don't even ask. Just open up the door, open up the windows. It's all good. The open door policy. So that's kind of why I wanted to get the second floor. Heat rises, bedroom up top, and it gives me another area to just kind of chill, relax. I have my recliner upstairs now, so when I let the stove get down, I can feel the coolness coming down in the bottom area. I'll just head upstairs because I don't want to chuck another log on. I'll head upstairs, sit in the chair, do some reading, and get ready for bed. I have another little oil lamp that I use up there, and it just creates such a nice ambiance up there. It's absolutely beautiful. So oh, I am super excited. I was thinking about this the other day as well before I get on to the next question. I'm looking at, now they're expensive, some sort of power bank, like a Blue Eddy power bank or a Jackery power bank. And I was thinking, do I get lonely? I got the chickens. And plus I am, there's so much on the go. I don't get lonely. Some people may laugh at me, but I got my Bible here. Trust me, that in itself is all I need. And the community itself, I'm pretty trying to be in the community, so I help out at the community center, help out at the church, help out with neighbors down the way there, and all that stuff. So it's not like I don't see anybody. My neighbors are close enough where where they're not a nuisance to me, but they're far enough where, or should I say they're far enough where they're not a nuisance to me, but they're still close enough where I could go help them and do vice versa, right? Like it was in the old days, you know, lift the community up, help each other out and all that. So I can honestly say I do not get lonely. Um, what was I saying? Oh yeah, power bank. Looking at the Blue Eddy power banks, they're a little bit more expensive. I was looking at one with with you can get them hooked up to the solar panels. So you literally, I'll bring it at the front of the property, hook up the solar panel, and charge it up. That would be absolutely wonderful because I could have it in here and I could just plug in like, you know, Christmas lights or a string of, I don't know, any kind of lights, right? Have them dangle up through the rafters and all that stuff. And when I'm not using them, I could just unplug them as opposed to I have my oil lamp here. And oil lamps are great for the ambiance. Bible, good man. Oh man, that's can't go anywhere without it, my friend. That's number one in my life. No, absolutely number one. So it would save the oil for the oil lamps. And I could even, what I was thinking, if I get it from next Christmas, I didn't know how isolated you were. Fairly isolated, but not isolated enough where I have to walk miles and miles and miles to get some companionship or to see my neighbors, which is good. It's kind of a catch-22 because I do, like, I'd love to have a cabin like Dick Pernicky, and then I'm sure I would get lonely if I were spending 6 months at a time by myself. But where I'm at right now, I'm blessed enough to have some fellowship and some communion and through it the community. But that is my future goal. I would love, absolutely love to get a piece of property in the Northwest Territories and just away from everybody and just go like Dick Pernicky. So I would imagine that I would probably get cabin fever and some loneliness there. But as I'm sitting down, not right now. There goes the chicken running, going back and trail again. So I'm hoping I can get for next season a Blue Eddy power bank because then I could run an extension cord from the chicken coop, and I could get a heated power or a heated not power bank, a heated water dish, and it would just save me so much hassle. Oh, do you have internet? My own power? Yeah, internet I could do without. Power, Bible in your car, good call, Margie. You never know when you're going to need it. Yeah, internet I could do without, but how would I do these videos? So like that's the catch-22, right? Too is, you know, to be able to do the whole YouTube thing. And I was thinking to run Starlink, right? Off, and you can run it off a Blue Eddy, but it would be just the charge cycle. You'd always be charging it and you can't run it fully. So there's so many things that go into it. If I didn't do the videos for YouTube, like I wouldn't even have anything else, right? Solar shed lights. I do not use any electric lights. Solar shed lights. Yeah, I was looking at that actually. I was at a camp and it was just it was such a super simple setup that they had for lights, just LED lights with a solar panel off front. I don't even think that it was an inverter that they had. They just ran it straight through DC through a surge protector, and you could plug in your phones off of it. And I was looking at the setup, and I could do it for under like $200. So it's there's so many things that I want to do, but with everything, it's the money, right? So that's why I'm trying to scourge and scavenge for materials and reuse and repurpose and all of that stuff like I'm doing with the bathhouse because my monetary situation is no bueno right now. That's all going to be changing coming into 2025 though. So, you know, big plans, big plans. Okay. I have a Patreon, yes. I also have my PayPal account. I took away my Patreon just because I don't know. I wasn't doing any posts on it, so I just put it in my PayPal instead. It's actually in my description, my channel description, or whatever. It's with all the links with the my Facebook page, my Instagram, and all that TikTok page, and all that stuff, all the good stuff there. So I have my PayPal link there. These chickens don't know what they want to do today. They just keep running up the trail. Here comes another one. Let me see if I can turn it around here. Let's see. Oh, there she is. See? Come on, girl. That's my entertainment. Seeing the chickens. Oh, well, I gotta laugh at myself some days. I'm telling you, I gotta laugh at myself some days. Do I have a bathroom? That has been the number one question that I have got. There has been hundreds of questions. Do I have Donde estás el baño? Yes, but it is just an outhouse. Pretty well just a bucket with a roof over it. So nothing fancy. That's why I'm praying I can get the bathhouse done. I really was hoping that I could get the bathhouse done before the winter came, but it didn't really work out that way. The roof is on it, so snow's staying out of it. I gotta get some more screws, staples, nails. I did not know that, Margie. I knew Patreon took out a fee, but I didn't know that if you said to PayPal its friends that they wouldn't. Northwood Survival, Alone Building a Homestead in the Yukon. You're ahead of some of them already. You seem like a nice guy. Oh, I appreciate that. I'm the same on camera and off camera, so you know I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm a fool. You know, if we ever meet up in real life, you're gonna get what you see in the videos. That's one thing that I don't like about some people that I'm not saying homesteaders, just YouTube channels in general. They put on this front for the camera, and then when you meet them, they're just a completely different person. Hey, Orchidy Shkikdo from Russia. Oh my! I could only imagine. I had some old family members from Russia, so I can, my heart's out to you. You're probably in the thick of it. What was I saying? What was I saying? Bear with me here, everybody. I don't even know what I was saying. Oh, bathroom. Was that what I was saying? Yeah, the bathroom. I was hoping that I would get it done already, because it'd be so nice to be able to actually have a legit shower. I'm just going to do for the time being a propane camping shower. Vodka! Vodka. Staria style. I know Staria style is something, isn't it, in Russian? Isn't it like I'm old or something like that? I don't know. Let me know if I'm even saying that right. Compost works good. Yeah, I have the layer system in my chicken coop that I'm doing. Privyet! I know Privyet is another one. Old am I not? I was close. I know Privyet's something. I don't know what that is. Hello or thank you. My Russian is horrible. I actually wanted to learn it back in the day, but I'm back on to the Spanish kick now. Privyet, hello. Privyet. Privyet, Staria style. Spasibo. Oh, I know that one too. That's thank you, isn't it? Oh, this is wonderful. We're having a cultural lesson right here for everybody. Man, that makes me want to get back into learning Russian. That's amazing. Thank you for that. That's absolutely amazing. I might have to add that onto my 2025 calendar is right here, and as you see, it's getting filled. So Spanish is on there, and I may put Russian back on there. It is a harsh language, I find. And don't take this the wrong way. I love it. It doesn't sound like no worries, Margie, no worries at all. I appreciate you popping by, dear. It's not like a romantic language, I find. It's like a very harsh language. Not unless all the Russian I heard is just really, really like old school, but I love it. Yeah, I absolutely love it. Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for that motivation. It blew some cobwebs off some of the old brain holes that I have in here. What was I saying? I'm gonna say that a lot. What was I saying? What was I doing? That's fine. That's all good. That's me on a regular day anyway. I talk to myself and I'm like, huh? What was I saying? Who am I even talking to? What's going on here? Bathroom. Yeah. Simple fact is, I wish the bathroom was done, but Rome wasn't built in the day. And just like I say in my videos, right? Let me see if I can get it right, because I always mess this up. The adventure is in the journey, not the destination. And that's been a theme of my life. Bear on the street, all people live in fires. You guys probably wrestle with bears out there, right? Call it, hey, hello, hello, bear, come on. Except in Russian, and it probably comes right to your doorstep, I would imagine. I scare the bears away here. I don't want them that close here. Yeah, so the number one question, bathroom. That, although there is a video on my channel, I think I reposted it a little bit ago. I was sitting in the car when I had my car. It was at the beginning of the property, and it was a big 300-pound mama black bear. Good morning, Sea Snide. Good morning. How you doing today? God bless. And I was sitting in my car, and lo and behold, I seen the big old black bear come down through the trail, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, oh. So if you want to check out the video, it's on my channel. I think it's a short, and I'm filming it, and the bear literally puts its paws right on the car, moves over, puts its right on the window, and I'm sitting in the car, and I'm like, whoa, like this is crazy. I really hope that it doesn't push any further against the window. So my nerves got the best of me, and I started beeping the horn, and it started just running off. I'm on the East Coast, so that's as close as of a encounter here on the property that I had with a bear. Oh my, there's another chicken. Well, I was actually doing a hike in the West Coast Trail on Vancouver Island once, and one of the stories that the groups of people that was hiking was they were, and we just passed them. So that morning they were having lunch on the beach, and a bear actually smelled that the lunch that they were having, and they seen it come up the beach, and so they packed up all their gear, and all of a sudden they looked away and they started to go. The bear left. The bear went around them. It flanked them, and it went around, and it came at them from the top area. So it was like, hey, just me, yeah, yeah. Good morning. Oh, God bless you for stopping in. So glad you caught it. So the bear literally went out of its way, flanked them, and they had to like come together as a circle and like, hey bear, and scream it off. And another encounter when I had with a bear, it was the last day on the trail, and this trail is in the middle of nowhere. My pet bear accidentally dropped my Wi-Fi router. So what are we talking about? Oh, I'm just talking. Who knows what I'm even talking about, right? I'm just telling stories. So yeah, there was another instance where I ran into a bear on the West Coast Trail the last day. Me and my brother, we got up early, and we headed down the trail. We were the first on the trail, and lo and behold, I don't know, an hour later, we were the first ones on the trail for the day. So nobody, how long have I been live? 32 minutes. We've been live for 32 minutes. Holy, time flies when you're having fun. So we were walking down the trail, and sure enough, there was a cub, and it's scarier seeing the cubs. I'll let you take that. I've heard Newfoundlander, Cape Bretoner, so I'll let you decide. And we were coming down the trail, and lo and behold, there's a cub. And for me, it's scarier seeing a cub because we didn't see Mama Bear. So we stood up together, and we had our walking sticks, and we just put our walking sticks up, and we just stood there. Hey bear, hey bear. The bear got up on its hind legs, and the cub was a pretty big cub. And thankfully, we just stood and we're looking around. We didn't hear any like crashing through the woods. We just stood there, not making very much, movement forward as to startle the mom to say we were attacking her. Possum Rum Homestead, how you doing, my man? So glad you could stop in. So thankfully, the mom didn't run across us, but yeah, we ran into a bear on that trail, and it was pretty crazy. Another encounter. Uh, history. History. I love history. History. Oh, I could talk all day. I literally could stay on here for hours telling stories. I've been to some amazing parts of the world, seeing history, and absolutely love it. The West Coast Trail, though, there was another instance. It wasn't a bear, but it was do I have? Well, funny that you say that. I started doing merch. These are all the shirts that I wear. I started making merch when I first started the channel. I actually had a warehouse and I was doing merch, but I haven't gotten back to it just because it was that was back when COVID first hit. I lost the warehouse. My 3 businesses that I had started, and all of them went to the wayside. Chiak. No, I'm not sure what that is. Maple Monkey. Oh my. Well, there's a story. Just one sec. I gotta get a drink. So, no worries, Bobby Nash. You have a God bless day, my man, and I appreciate you stopping by. Maple Monkey. So, when I first started the channel, it was actually Maple Monkey Media, and what I was doing was I was that was my business. So I was working with a lady, and I was doing the media for what was it? KWC. it's a karaoke world championships, and I was doing the media for all of them for all of the East Coast. So that's how that first Czech is a language that knew. Oh, interesting. So that's how Maple Monkey came to be about. Is it was actually my media brand, my media company, and the name Maple Monkey. I wanted the name to represent something special, right, to me. Um, so I wanted it to incorporate Canada because I love, even though Canada is just a far cry from what it used to be. I still love it. I love Canada. Canada is my home country, and I hold Canada really close to my heart. I've been in a lot of, I've been, traveled to some different countries in the world. There's some beautiful places out there, but Canada is just absolutely gorgeous. So Canada, outside your window, which is one associated with Russia. Yeah, I get some chaga. You probably have some chaga out there in Russia too as well. If you don't, check out some chaga. Highly, highly medicinal. So I wanted to incorporate something that, represents Canada, right? So what represents Canada the most? The maple leaf, right? So that's how I came across, oh, there goes another chicken. See you, dear. That's how I came across maple. Um, so the monkey portion of it, it's not about evolution. I had some people say about evolution and all that. It's not evolution. The monkey part of it is they're patriarchal. I'm not pronouncing that right, but what that means is there's a hierarchy of structure within the family unit. So the KGB. So I'm spitting everywhere. So I wanted it to incorporate, because we are a family. That's why I say, hey, troops, because a monkey's family is called a troop. And so I wanted it to incorporate, something that I love with Canada and family values. And I came across Maple Monkey, and it just flows off. And the media the media person, the media person. Oh, beauty! I'd like muchly appreciate that, or Katie, or Orchidee. I'm not saying if I'm saying that right. Sorry if I'm not. God bless you. So I wanted it to incorporate, family, a strong community. So that's why if you ever hear me, troops, I'm not talking about the army. I'm talking about us, because this whole group, as we're a troop now. And when you hit that subscribe button, you are now part of the Maple Monkey Troop. Sounds like a brewery name. You may be on to something in the future, eh? And so that's how I came up with it. And it just adds another little sense of community, I find, where a lot of people they don't really have any community. Syrup, you're talking right up my realm now, Chabar. So I wanted it just to incorporate family, love, fellowship, raising people up as opposed to tearing people down. And I like to say, if especially, that's why I started doing these shirts. Like my goal was to do some merch where, like, if you see somebody wearing like a Maple Monkey shirt, you should be able to feel 100% comfortable going up to them and, like, just sharing your family. Unfortunately, family and community isn't what. Oh, I know, it's so unfortunate, absolutely unfortunate. And I lived out on the West Coast in Vancouver, and it is a far cry from the East Coast. Me and my brother moved out there, and everybody out there, literally store owners, people on the side of the road, people that we worked with, everybody. Because you get me and my brother together, you can tell I'm a spark, to put it lightly. So if you get me and my brother together, we're flames and we're on fire. I will be doing shirts and stickers in the future. I have big plans for 2025. Lots. I'm not sticking my finger at you. I'm just saying I have big plans. So you get me and my brother together, and we are we're louder. We're just happy go lucky. We're just big fools, right? So when we went out to the West Coast, it's just a big bitch oat. I know. That's what I found out too. And it's I say for shore, like SHORE, like the ocean shore. And people would say it's not for sure. I gotta enunciate it. It's for sure. For sure. So that's, the East Coast accent here. And when we went out to the West Coast, you know, we would be holding doors open for everybody. We'd be walking down the street saying hello to everybody. And I remember when we first got out there, it was just the family dynamic and the bond is different. It's just how much money do you make, how much, you know, how big of a house do you have, and you know, just a big peeing contest, right? So we were in the dollar store one day, and the opened the door for the woman. It's beautiful out there, though. It's number 2 in my books. Nova Scotia here on the West Coast, number 1. Uh, um, West Coast, number 2. Absolutely beautiful. Only if the people were as friendly. And she looked at us and she said, "What? I don't. You're not from here, are you? Charlottesville." And that's how those wonderful people. Beautiful. I love hearing that. And I think that's down in the South, isn't it? And I think the South is still onto the, you know, the roots of the true family values and everything, which is absolutely beautiful. It's the same as in Mexico when I was in there. Just they respect their elders, their children. I'm spitting everywhere. Their children don't talk back to their elders. It's just a whole family dynamic, which I absolutely love. So the woman that was at the counter, she looks at us and she says, "You guys aren't from here, are you?" I said, "No, why do you say that?" "It's because, no, well, number 1, you held the door for the person coming in. Number 2, you're actually talking to me. And number 3, you have a smile on your face." And we just looked at each other with like pure astonishment. And we're just like, this isn't normal out here? Like, what? But mind you, we were only out there a week at that time. And it's not normal. It is not normal out there. Even to ask the time of day to somebody, they will look at you like you got something wrong with you. Like, "Oh, you peasant, why are you asking me about the time? Pah, be gone, be off with your head." So it was a big cultural, and it's cultural. I say cultural, but it's still in Canada, which is crazy. So it was a big shock, and it's so unfortunate that the community and the family values are just by the wayside. And it's systematic. It's 100% systematic. And I know a lot of people aren't on here aren't of the faith, and that is completely fine. Completely fine. I don't want to use this channel to push my faith on anybody, but it's systematic. It's a systematic attack to deconstruct the family unit, to keep people busy, to keep people just tied down by work, by bills, and to not experience what life is truly about. So we're just going off on all kinds of tangents here. It sounds like I'm doing what the old Trumpster does, is I'm doing the weave. I'm doing the weave. Okay, so we got another question here on my thing here. Number 1, or not number 1, probably the second most thing here is, "Holy, you keep eggs in the pantry?" Well, yes, I do. With Canada 3 times. It is so beautiful out here, Margie. I've been to coast, probably 4 or 5 times. I've hitchhiked across Canada. I've lived in British Columbia. I've lived in pretty well almost all the provinces except the northern provinces. And it's funny because I haven't been east. Poland? Oh, man, that's amazing. Hello, Car2 from Poland, man. Welcome, brother. Saying there's history behind your property and someone lived there once. Yes, there is. I will get to that for sure. Let me just finish my eggs here. So the eggs, that was the question. You keep eggs in the pantry? Yeah, eggs that are in the States. I'm not sure about it here in Canada, but they could be up to 3 months old. Parlez-vous en français? Very petite. So my brain's all over the place now. I love it. So if you got chickens, don't wash the eggs. Just literally dust the shavings and the dirt off of them. From Germany, man, we are getting people from all over the world here. That's absolutely beautiful. That's so amazing. Welcome, welcome, welcome. There's a small part of me that's actually part German. I'm part Irish, part Scottish, and a little bit part German. So, hey, Black Wolf, my brother, Tyler, good to see you, my man. Hey, I hope I didn't wake you, my man. Oh man, so glad to see you. And take some time. I know you're a busy man, so I appreciate you stopping by. I'll tell you that right now. God bless, brother. So if you have any eggs from chickens, do not wash them. Just wipe the shavings, wipe the dust off of them, and keep them off to the side. Pennsylvania, love it, love it, love it. There's no trouble here. No trouble. We're just chilling and chatting here, yo. It's just, no fools, no fun. Like I said earlier, I'm a big old fool, so I have a lot of fun. Okay, yeah. So I don't wash my eggs. Keep them in the pantry, and they're good for a couple months at a time. Arkansas, Pennsylvania. I love this. This is amazing, amazing. We are just getting people from all over the place here. Truly, truly magnificent. So, just Yaya. I think I said that's your name, not your actual name, but YouTube name. So yeah, this property, Mother Nature did. I know what that's like. Indiana, Tennessee, beautiful. Germany, Poland, Germany, Poland. You get it? Oh, I got it. I got it. Over my head there for a little bit. I got you. I got you. Oh yeah, no hate here. We're all brothers. We're all brothers and sisters. So this property, it was, that's funny. I like that. I like that. Excuse me, I gotta blow my nose. Excuse me. Okay, so the property, yes, this property, actually the area here, Texas for the moment. Oh man, amazing. I'm actually hoping to get down to Texas in Texas. What's my board say? In September. I'm hoping to get down to Texas in September actually, so hopefully. Property. This area that I'm in is actually older than all of Canada itself. This area. Now, I may be getting my numbers wrong here, but I want to say that Holly. Oh, nice to meet you, Holly. Holly Michelle. Beautiful name. So glad you could pop by. So the area here, literally, there was pirates here back in the day. I'm only probably less than 10 minutes away from the shore, where one of the I'm gonna say it's a tidal river. They used to bring the ships up the river for coal and back in the pirate days. So I want to say it's around the 16 to 1700 era. So like this area is just steeped with absolute amazing history. Now the property itself, was an old homeschool. Remember you saying that it was older than Canada, very special. Yeah, it is very. Not Oak Island. Oak Island is on the other side of the province. I'm on the upper echelon of it. I missed that comment. I don't know what that said. Um, so yeah, so this actually there used to be an old missus that used to be she used to have a little shanty, and it's even smaller than steeped with history, right? I absolutely love it. Like so much all around us. She used to live in a shanty at the at the I'm just checking the comments. I gotta keep on top of it. It goes fast. She lived in a little shanty at the beginning of the property for years and years and years. And it's very interesting because all of these I've put it in my my Facebook page and my posts. Is I found these cool, from what I could tell, they were from the old Folgers containers. So it was super cool finding these. This is what is it, Mary Tuffet eating her curds and way there, because you can see the spider sat down beside her and scared her all away or something. Isn't that how it goes? And then I found this one too beside it. So these are from like Tetley containers back in like the 60s or 50s or something. But it dates back to even further than that, because back in the day, there used to be no garbage collection. So usually if you get an old property, you'll run around the property and you'll find garbage piles. And that's what I find here. Unfortunately, but fortunately at the same time, because I found all kinds of cool bottles. There's a video that I posted a little bit ago where went on and just found all these cool bottles and treasures. Oh, excuse me. So I'm going to say that this homestead, well, see, it was a personal dump, right? Because they didn't have waste collection. So there would just be like they would have a dump pile that they would chuck in everything. And a lot of the times, actually, they would chuck a lot of the things down the outhouse hole. I really wish that I knew where the old outhouse hole was, because I have a metal detector, and I hear some people found some amazing things at the bottom of their outhouse hole. As gross as that is, it wouldn't be fecal matter anymore. It would have been compost and organic matter. But I'm going to say that this property, 80 years, to say conservatively, that somebody's been beforehand been here, and that's the same. There's another property next door, and from my understanding, oh no, I really want to. I found some cool things metal detecting. I got some areas in here that I know. There's an old. It's not on the property. There's an old babbling brook back there, and I found some cool stuff back there. There's just so much cool stuff everywhere. Same. I love beach combing. Um, I've been. How do people send me things? I've been look for a soft spot near the old shanty. I only have a vague recollection of where Buddy was telling me. So, where I'm digging the pond actually is where I found those Folgers things. Uh, awesome. I'm gonna have to check out your videos, Possum Run. Possum Run. I know I've looked into it before, but I want to check out some of your newer stuff. So I'm gonna have to make a note of that. So, 80 years is well, I don't know. 80 years is I think, so 80 years. What would that be? 19, like 19, 20, 30. It'd be like 1940. So yeah, no, it probably hasn't sit empty um, for 80 years, because she was still probably living in it in the 40s. I think it's probably been empty from since maybe around the 80s, maybe around the 70s actually. 70s or 80s it's probably been done by. Um, and the question was to send me stuff. I was thinking about getting a PO box. I don't have a PO box right now. But I don't really have an address to for anywhere to send. I don't want to put my mom's address on there and have people send stuff there for, you know, whatever reason, just for personal reasons. But I think I might get a PO box in the future. Previous, yes, outhouse. So it's just property next door, same kind of deal. It had an old trailer on it back in the 1920s. I actually have a newspaper. It's not from the area, but it's up top. It's from like the 1910s, 1920s. The area is just absolutely steeped in old artifacts. So yeah, that's why I'd love to go down to the beach. Was the property empty when you got it? No buildings, no nothing. This was literally just a piece of woods. You couldn't even see the driveway. I was thinking back the other day how long it's been, and how far I'd come since I cut in the driveway, because I can remember cutting in the driveway, and even the path coming back here has changed. So yeah, there was absolutely nothing here. It was just a patch of land with a little bit of area up front for the garden, and you got a wood stove heating your house there. Yeah, I'll turn the camera around here. Yeah, I got a short driveway, but it's a couple 100-foot path back here to the cabin, and I literally had to bring everything, all the wood, everything you see here, one by one, or two by two. So yeah, there's the old wood stove, and see, there's my chicken container that I'm starting to dry out. No worries, Chabar. Muchly appreciate you stopping by. So yeah, I'll give you a little. There we are. It's getting a little messy. Don't judge me. It's all good. No, I've had the property for 4 years. 4 years I've had the property. So I started about 4 years ago. It's taken this long because I built a whole nother homestead, uh, a whole homestead between that time at my ex's place, and we broke up. And so now I'm back here. So that's why this place isn't finished, because I had some people saying, "Wow," what, and I gotta laugh because it's true. What did you build the place a log at the time? Uh, 4 years and it's not done. No, I literally built a whole another homestead, garden area, um, greenhouse. Was on the way to Wallapini. Plans for today. I had a busy morning. I've been going since 6:30. I was at the gym earlier today. Got some video editing to do. I have to take care of some stuff around the property here. Um, I got my list here. So, there's I got to schedule some videos, schedule some shorts, write some more handouts for my ministry channel, just answer comments. Um, the location that I chose, it was only by happenstance that I actually came across it. I was actually, I knew that I came back home from traveling the world, and I knew that I wanted to build a cabin because I was following my self-reliance, and he just fueled my fire. So the first thing that I did was I found a fellow on Facebook, and he ran an alpaca farm, and he was looking for, busy as always, oh, busier than a one-armed paper hanger, as they say, brother. And he was looking for people to come work on his alpaca farm. Adam Sankey Ministries. I have there's some video or some there's a video and a post on my community tab that can lead you right over there for an easier way. But Adam Sankey Ministries. What was I saying? What was I saying? Uh, I can't even remember what I was saying. That's horrible. What was I saying? I can't remember what I was saying. Uh, oh man, that's horrible. It's gone like a fart in the wind. Alpaca farm. Good call. I was working on an alpaca farm, and he was looking for people to work on the alpaca farm. So I'm like, well, this is a step in the right direction, and it's in the country, and and I'm gonna learn how to farm. I'll learn how to deal with alpacas. I'll learn some things about homesteading. So I worked there for a season, and it just so happened to be that the man that I was doing the work for on the alpaca farm, he had some property. So I asked him about some property. He showed me the property that he had, and I was just went out looking, and there was this property that I came across, and it was absolutely beautiful. I loved it. It's only about 1.2 acres. Bobby, no, I appreciate, man. I'm doing absolutely wonderful. Just chucking away at the days. Just not trying to overwhelm myself with anything, my man. The only thing I'm not asking for anything, but if you so feel inclined, you can donate to my PayPal. That would be the best way. Like I say, I'm not asking. It's only if you feel so inclined, and it would be muchly appreciated. So he had this property, and we worked out a deal where I actually did a pay as go on it. Got a really good. This was pre-COVID, so if I were to look for the same thing now, it would probably be double the price. So I'm super thankful I got the property when I did. So we worked out a payment system, and it was a pay as you go kind of deal, and got it done through the lawyers and paperwork and all of that, and paid it off. And through that time, I was able to build. I just worked. My buddy here that's on. I worked with him. We worked overnight, and I worked overnight while building this. Hi, Pooja Kambodge. How you doing, my man? And when I was working, the place wasn't done, so I knew that I wanted to stay here. So I was living in my car when I was still building this place. Winter came, and I was still living in my car, and it was getting to be a bit cold. So what I was doing is I was literally sleeping in parking lots because I didn't have the gas money to go back and forth from work to the property. So what I was doing is I was a cleaner at the time too. I was cleaning, working overnight, and I would literally just sleep in my car, so it would save gas money. And then it got to a point where it was too cold. So there's a video on my channel. I built what I call the hobo hut, and that's at the back corner of the property. And it's literally just amen to that, man. Amen. Amen, comics gatekeeper. Jesus does rule. and pick it up, put it down. Pick it up, put it down, wrap it all around. If you sweat, you die, as Survivor Man would say. Oh, I love it. I love it. So yeah, so I built the hobo hut, and it's literally just a shanty. It was big enough for me to stand up in. I built a clay fireplace for it, had a window in it. Off to the side, my bed was there. I'm not asking for any donations, y'all. I do not like asking for donations. For me, I only ask for donations to try and help anybody else. If you want to donate for the channel, that is completely up to yourself. I'm not asking for anything. I am so blessed in where I am right now that it is completely up to your guys' self. I'm just thankful for what I do have right now, and I'm very blessed. So it's completely up to your guys' self. Completely up to your guys' self. So I built the hobo hut because I needed to get out of the car. My car started to have an exhaust leak, and when I had it running, we've been live for an hour, which is absolutely crazy. So I'm just going to keep on going. As long as questions keep on coming up, I'll just keep on going. So I built the hobo hut. Thankfully, I put just a real push on it, and I got that done in probably about 2 weeks. And I salvaged materials. I went down to the beach, and I went in the overflow zone from where the tide would come in and kick up stuff on the beach. I went and scoured through garbage bins. I asked where I was cleaning. I cleaned out of Kent, and I asked them for the insulation in their garbage bins. I was literally doing whatever I could to get the hobo hut good to go for the winter. So that's what I did. I got the hobo hut done. Check out the video, because I will say it was a pretty fancy, not fancy, but fancy for me at the time. It was a pretty fancy deal. And I repurposed it. I took down the hobo hut, and I repurposed a lot of the materials. The structure's still up there, so I want to repurpose some of the things there as well. So that's what I do, is I repurpose it, and I kind of wish that I would have kept it up. So what I may actually do is I may actually go back there and build it up. How far out of town am I? About 30 minutes, I would say. 30, 40 minutes. So not too bad. Better than living in your car. Amen. So I was living in the hobo hut and working overnight, doing some cleaning. And every time I would get a little bit of money, I'd talk to my wood guy and pay my wood guy. He'd come back here, drop off the wood, and that's how I built the place. It was just literally paycheck to paycheck, and I'm still building it paycheck to paycheck. I don't know anything on it. I do owe money, but not on the place. Sometimes in life, you gotta go. GKG? I'm not sure. So that's what I did. Literally, just I knew that it's something that I wanted, and I was willing to sacrifice for it. So that's the thing. A lot of these channels, and it's good for these channels. I am super happy that they got a good nest egg in the bank, and can just get everything done all right at right off the get-go. But that wasn't the how often do you start a live stream? I'm trying to do once a week. Trying to get into the game of things. I'm getting better on my consistent posting with my regular videos. So I'm really hoping to do a live stream once a week. And if once I get that set up, it'll be the same day every week, probably the same time every week as well. So when I do, I'll post it on my community tab. So that's what I look at when I am doing this channel is I want to inspire people at a more realistic way of going after your dreams and starting a homestead and starting the off-grid life. Because a lot of the channels that I see, they are wonderful channels, and I absolutely love watching them, and kudos to them. I am not taking anything away from their journey, but it kind of gives an unrealistic expectation. Because you see all of these people, and they just start their homesteads and they have everything finished within a year, and it's like this beautiful off-grid solar system, everything a regular house was. And I don't know, for a lot of people it's just not feasible, right? Because you need tens of thousands of dollars to be able to do that. So the way that I'm building this place and the way that I'm portraying my channel and my videos is a more realistic. Yeah, definitely. And kudos to them for having the money, right? Like, because you obviously you have to work for the money. So they've worked for the money and they saved the money, which is absolutely amazing. But for the people looking at it in from the outside, I feel that it may discourage some people because they're like, oh man, exactly, unrealistic expectations. And they're like, oh man, like how did this person has all of this stuff and they've been only doing it for a year. There's no, absolutely no way that I can do this myself, right? There's absolutely no way. I have no money, or I only have a little bit of money, right? Like, so that's why I want to portray it the way, as a more realistic way of living, because you think back at our ancestors. Hold on, I got to get a drink. You think back at our ancestors when they started their homesteads, it was the exact same way. They started their homesteads with what they had on hand, who was there willing to help them in the community, and lift each other up to get where they needed to go, to at least be able to have a livable house. Oh, you're okay. You're trying to oh yeah. Yeah, it was lots of stuff happened in life, and yeah, so a lot of things happened into that with me not being back in the videos. But I think somebody asked, this is my full-time job now. Full-time job is YouTube. So, oh no, no, no. How do you cut and haul? So thankfully, I don't, I don't have enough, or I do have enough wood on the property where I could harvest my own wood, but I don't want to cut down the trees because once trees are gone, they're gone. And where I only have 1.2 acres, I don't want to start cutting down trees. So there's a fellow down the way there who I buy a cord of wood from. I get a cord for about $200, and cheapest that I can find it from. I'm building as I can. Started with nothing, living in a bus on roll, and that's awesome. So what you got to do, right? Yes, I'm living here full-time YouTube. This is my job. I'm all in. Not to say that I don't do like side jobs, building things, helping people in the community. I took down a garage a little bit ago to make a little bit of extra money. So I do, jack of all trades, master of none, but still better than a master of one, as they say. So, yeah. Just one sec. I'm getting a little bit thirsty, a little bit parched, as they say. So that's where I wanted to say, just like y'all are saying there, for people that have their own homestead, you got to start with nothing and go with what you got, right? Oh man, yeah, 225 bucks I get around there. He might deliver to you, man. So I could pass the number along if you're looking to get it. I missed that. Uh, but yes, Margie, it was somewhere along the lines of, yes, YouTube is my full-time job. Don't have power, don't have solar. Yes, I have a generator. Do you know the history of the old lady that lived there? Yeah, she passed quite a while ago. That's why when she passed, the property went up for tax sale, and my buddy bought it through tax sale, and then I bought it off of him. So yes, she passed, and it went in arrears. But there's another old lady that's up the way here. Just as she's old, rough and gruff, but she is just a sweetheart. I tell you, she'd put me for a run for my money. Yeah, man, I'll pass that information along. 265 for sure. I'll pass that information along to you. Are you? I don't even know if we have each other on Facebook, man. If not, add me on Facebook, and I'll send you buddy's information, and save you a little bit of coin. I'm sure from where he is to where you are, he wouldn't mind delivering it. But I'm not 100% sure. But I'll pass you the information along for you guys to connect for sure. 100%. Yeah, back to what I was saying. Just want to. She lived there alone by herself. I'm not sure if she lived here alone by herself, but the old woman up the way there, she lives. Yeah, 180, 200 for cord. It's about here as well. Where in the city, I was just talking to my mom. They're paying $400 a cord. Crackbook. What about Instagram, YouTube? Or oh no, you have my email. Email me, my man. That way I can have your email. And then I'll email you the information. But yeah, I was talking with my mom who lives in the city, not this city, 2.5 hours away. They're paying $400 to $500 for a cord of wood in the city. Get that? Isn't that crazy? Absolutely unreal. I know, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, man, it would almost be enough if you had like a truck to just load up your truck with a couple cords of wood and go sell it in the city. You know, you'd cover your nut for the gas and you'd make some money, but don't have a big enough truck for that to be feasible. But as she said that, and I couldn't, yeah, exactly. Oil, right? Used oil. I couldn't believe that. $400, $500 a cord. Absolutely unreal. So yeah, just using this channel to inspire some people, right? Definitely, man. Throw me an email. Be good to connect. We should get together and have some lunch sometime soon. Just tried that place in town, Freshie or something like that, right beside the subway. And my oh my, that food in there is absolutely delicious. So if you haven't been there, check that out. To inspire some people where you don't need all of these tens and thousands of dollars to be able to start your journey. And yes, it is possible to find land out there for cheap still. I still am looking for land and I still have found land for super, super cheap. And yes, it is possible to find pay as you go land. Everything is possible. So there's people, when people tell you, oh, there's no point on doing it. You can't find any land for cheap anymore after COVID, or pay as you go is a scam, or blah 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 blah. It's malarkey. It is 100% malarkey. The thing you got to keep in mind though is you got to go off the beaten path in the way in finding these things. Um, so like I said, the reason I found it, Buddy didn't post any of his properties online. The only reason I found it is because I reached out and he was the alpaca farm, right? So, you know, reach out to people and grow your community with that's around you. And you might not even, oh, sorry, phone's ringing. And you never know. You might just by happenstance, somebody may come across your path and you just talk to them and you say, oh yeah, you know, I'm looking for a piece of land. And they're like, oh, really? Cheaper to a pellet stove? No, because then you're dependent on pellets. And what if the pellets don't? What if the supply of pellets don't? Doesn't show up? You can't burn wood in a pellet stove. If my wood guy doesn't have any wood, I will chop down trees here to stay warm, but I can't do that if I have a pellet stove. So that's it's definitely possible. Grow your circle. Talk to people that are in the farming industry, that are homesteading in your area. Just talk to people that are in and doing the life that you want to do. And a lot of the times, it'll surprise you at the opportunities out there because the stuff that is posted, that's the stuff that's going to be for an exorbitant amount of money. That's the stuff that you're going to need, that's not going to be able to do a payment plan. That's the stuff where it's going to be, you're going to have to go through a realtor, right? Whereas opposed to if somebody has a piece of property that's maybe hanging off onto the onto the back skirts. And community, knowledge, and opportunity. Ireland, oh, so, top of the morning to you. And I say that with respect. I'm not making fun of you. So that's absolutely, I'm part Irish, so love it. Hello, hello. I'd love to get to the Hebrides. So there may be a person that you come across, and the property that they have may have been handed down through them, and they just are sick and tired of paying on the taxes, but they don't want the tax man to come and get it. So you being connected with them may be a blessing for them and a blessing for you, where you could get away, or where you could get, oh yeah, where they could get the property to be sold, and you could get away to buy the property. So there are so many options out there, so many options. Just have the gusto to go outside your comfort zone, to reach out and to talk about. Your property doesn't have an address. I know all that stuff works when you. It does, but I don't have it up. I took my civic sign down. I don't want an address. So, but yes, it does have an address. No, it goes back to I don't know. Just they get you by the short and curlies, right? Like with just everything. And you think back at our ancestors and when they started a homestead is, if you can build it, then do it. Um, so that's kind of where I'm at, right? Uh, I'm we, they try to inhibit us from doing so many things, and it's not the right way. Like, oh, you can't do this because you don't have that. You can't do this because you don't have that. Imagine if those stipulations were on our ancestors. We wouldn't be here because they'd have died. They wouldn't have been able to build their house. Some of them lived in worse shanties than this for all winter. Draftiness with, mud floors, not a pot to pee in, as they say. And I heard stories, right? Like they'd have thatch roofs and they'd put the animals up at the top of the loft at the thatch roofs. And during the winter and during rain would drop down on them. Bugs and stuff would drop down on them because that's the warmest part of the thatched roof, right? So it's like if they had some of the stipulations no, I have an address too, but no bill equals no box. Amen. That's what we want. No bills. So yeah, if they had some of the stipulations that we have now, they wouldn't have even made it, right? Like, because oh, you can't build that house. Well, what do you mean I can't build this house? Winter's coming in 4 weeks away. If I don't build it, I'm gonna die, right? Like, uh, pay off a house property. Oh yeah. Well, we don't actually own anything. We don't actually own anything because don't pay your property taxes. You'll find out how much you own. Nothing. So, like, I get property taxes here. Thankfully, it's not a lot. But if I don't pay property taxes, the man's gonna come in and take the property from me. So, like, realistically, we don't even own anything, which is just like, it's just, it's a sad state of affairs. It's an absolute sad state of affairs. Whereas like back in the day, you could find a barren piece of land, and if you can put your borders up on that property and maintain it, then that land is yours. Sitting in my shack with the wood stove going, living off grid is the life I've wanted. Now living the dream. Amen, brother. I know exactly what you're talking about. Check this out. Same thing. Boom. Fire's going. I got to get a new stovepipe though. I noticed the other day through the time where I wasn't here that I didn't have my rain cap on the top of my stovepipe, so water was coming down and it actually rusted out the bottom of my stovepipe. So thankfully I had some stovepipe cement there and I got that good to go. But I got to replace my bottom stovepipe. That's good. Yeah, rusted out the stovepipe. Yeah, it's because I was working on the other homestead for a year, right? Over a year. So I was only here for a weekend at a time and didn't even notice it. Rusted her right out. So I got to get a new stovepipe, and when I do, I'm going to install another damper. Living the dream, man. Anybody that's living the homestead life, living the off-grid life, it broke. My fan broke. Yeah, it's the braid. When I was moving in wood, I hit it with a piece of wood. It fell on the ground. The blade bent, and from then on, it was just like a and I'm like, nope, ain't dealing with that. So I just turfed it. I got to get another one because I miss having it. Even though it's a small place, it doesn't take long to heat up. But it's just nice to see that fan going. So I got to pick up another one. I got to hit my own link in my comment section and buy another one. Oh boy, that's crazy, y'all. I think this is the longest live that we've ever been on. 77 minutes. That's absolutely beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, I just want to see if I got any other questions that I had written down here. Oh, we got that checked off. Got that checked off. No, I think we got them all checked off. Tennessee, you're the only 10 I see. Nope. All right, so give you guys a little since you're here, the next video that's coming up, I haven't even posted any information about it on the channel, is what is it, what's today, Tuesday? I think it'll be Thursday, and it's a carving video. I'm going to be getting back to doing some carving, and I'll just show you some of the spoons that I carved in the past. All right, bear with me. So going to be doing some carving. So these are some of the spoons I've carved in the past. I'm going to be, I want to get my website back on the go in a catalog with all these different spoon carvings. So here's one that I did. This is softwood, unfortunately, but it's a deer carving. It was typical, but now it's atypical because one of the antlers, oh, I wish I could mill my own lumber. It's in the process. I'd love to get one of the, what's it called? A woodland. A woodland is, I believe, what I was looking at. And then here's another one. This one's a hardwood one. This one I still have to finish it off, but unfortunately, I gouged out the bottom too much, but it's good for practicing. So this is going to be my my fish spoon. So that I have all kinds of different designs. There's like wolves, fish, deer, peace signs, family tree, lotus, all kinds of stuff. So my video it's not going to be getting any intricate carvings like these, but it's just going to be showing, you know, bored on a homestead. What do you do? Carve a spoon. Yes, I love to fish. Your working is a nope, that's all hand tools. No Dremels whatsoever. I'll show you my my tools here. All right. All right. So this right here is my carving set here for, oh, hopefully it doesn't fall away, for the more intricate stuff. So you see here, like my small little gouger that I have there for the intricate details on it. And this I have here, this is my spoon carving kit. In the newest video, not to, you know, pound links on you guys and stuff, but I'm not sponsored, but the Beavercraft, if you're looking for an absolutely great brand, I think it's Ukrainian, I'm not sure, but Beavercraft, the link will be in the description of my my carving video. Regular way to carve them, whetstone. Yep, other items, I do other items. I used to do woodworking. I want to grow trees. I planted my raspberries up front this year. I want to do fruit trees. I have some ground cherries growing that I'm praying that'll come through this year. I actually, like I was saying before on the live, when I had my warehouse, I was doing a woodworking business. So I was doing furniture. So I was building furniture. And I would absolutely love, so that's another reason. Yeah, man, Beavercraft. Yeah, you're not going to be disappointed with them. And if they break, they are so good, man. They have a great return policy. One of them, do you have a homestead tour video? Yeah, for sure. Everything is on my my main channel. There's multiple videos of the homestead tour and all of that. Definitely check it out. But with the Beavercraft, if any of it breaks, just reach out to them and they'll send you a free kit to replace it, because that's what happened to mine. My my big wood carver here on my first set, it broke. So I showed them pictures and I gave them the information that where I purchased it from through Amazon. And about 4 weeks later, this is my new kit that showed up. So they are absolutely wonderful. Beavercraft, highly recommend them. Yeah, man, bowl and spoon carving. Yeah, same with I know beer, no worries. Yeah, I used to have such an amazing German set of chisels. It just breaks my heart. But it got stolen when my cabin was broken into when I wasn't living here. Like, this was a $500 chisel set, and it was, the German company's been around for like 500 years, not that long, but probably like 200 years, and it got stolen. So, it just breaks my heart. They were such beautiful chisels. Oh, I miss them so much. But that's what I have on the go right now to do my spoons. I do little stuff. Do I have any here? So I'll show you this. Let's see. This is what I'm working up towards. I did not do this carving. This is by a very professional carver. This is what I'm going to be working up to, is to do stuff like this. So we're getting there, slowly getting there. Practice makes perfect. And then same with other woodworking stuff. I do other small little knickknacks for right now. But like I was saying, that's why I would love to get a shop at the front of the property with power, because I miss woodworking something fierce, absolutely fierce. And I had some, not to toot my own horn, but I had some beautiful pieces that I could put together. And I really, really miss it. So that's why I wish that I could get a little outbuilding out front, get that hooked up with power, and revamp my my tool selection again. You know, band saws, table saws, routers, and all that good stuff. I have a lot of tools now, but it's all, you know, plug-in tools, so I'm not able to do it. But that is all. My ultimate goal is to get my woodworking business up and going, because then that would add another way to do videos, right? Spend a day in the shop showing y'all how to do some woodworking and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I can't wait to get into more carvings. Uh, I think I don't have it here. I'll post in my community tab the carvings that I want to do a catalog for, and there. And I think if you're doing some carvings, that'll give you some ideas for yours as well. There's about 16 spoons that I have that I want to do a catalog about, and there are some beautiful, beautiful pieces of spoons there that I cannot wait to carve. Bears, deers, dogs, fish, peace signs, family tree, lotus. What else is there? Just all kinds of stuff. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Had a chicken that would sit at my feet. Yeah, I think I read that in your comments. If it was you that the chicken would come when you're carving your spoons and your bowls. I love that. I love that. I almost kind of want to bring the chickens in here, but I know they're down at the front of the property. Don't like keeping them in here for too long because I don't want them to get acclimatized to the warmth. That's why chicken fact. If you got chickens, be very cognizant on. Excuse me. Be very cognizant on adding in a heat lamp, because if you add in a heat lamp and your power goes out and your chickens get used to the heat lamp, they're not going to be able to get used to the outside temperature, so they could potentially run the risk of freezing. Just a little chicken tip 101. All right, y'all. We are 85 minutes in. I would keep going. Anybody else got any questions while we're here? Have you seen the thieves that stole? I didn't. I just pray. I pray for him, and I wish blessings upon him. I heard from Combi makes a fish spoon into a strainer spoon. Just oh, that's a great idea. Good idea. I did not see that comment, Margie. That's a great idea. I might do that. That's a good call. Good call. Thank you, dear. I haven't seen the guy. I wish that I would, not to hurt him, but I'd like to just talk with him, right? Like, and just, I don't hate anybody, right? Like it says in the Bible, right? Like we gotta love when people, wrong us, right? And we bless them, right? So I'd just like to talk with him, right? And I just am at the terms was he obviously needed the stuff more than me, so say la vie. I'm blessed enough to have as much as I do, so hey, if he felt the need to take it, right? So not to say that I condone stealing, but I'm not going to hold a grudge. So there was, and I don't think he learned his lesson from what I have been hearing in the community, because there was a lady who lives on the outskirts here, and I guess he was at her property one night, and her husband came out, and he got a whooping. He got a whooping, to put it very, very mildly. So, what trees do you want to plant in the near future? Osage orange. I'd love to get a wallapini and do an orange tree and a banana tree, but the property here is not really conducive for that. But I want to do. I got some trees that I want to graft onto down the way here. Some apple trees. So like apple, plum, peach, and pear trees would be the four main ones. I replanted my raspberry bushes, and I trimmed them this past season since they're only their first year. Did some research on them, trimmed the canes down so that would encourage their growth for this new year coming. Would love to get some blackberries. There's some wild blackberries. Wallapini. Just one sec, Margie. I can answer that just in a second. There's some blackberry bushes that are down the way here. There's literally like a whole field of them. So what I want to do when the time comes this up and coming season is do another row of blackberries right beside my raspberries, and then possibly get some high bush blueberries as well. Wallapini. Oh, I wish that property was conducive, but there's too much water, and the way that it flows down, it just is not conducive for a wallapini. So a wallapini is an underground greenhouse where you can grow stuff all year round in the winter. So if you're living in a cold climate, when you get below the frost line, the temperature regulates itself. So you build your wallapini with a southern face, and the southern face of the part that's above ground is like a greenhouse. So you put your like clear plastic or clear uh, those polyurethane boards or whatever. Put that on your southern face, and it will regulate your temperature throughout the winter months, so you can grow literally all year round, like anything you want: berries, fruits, bushes, everything. So that's what was at the old homestead. I was going to build, it was a 28 by 22 wallopini, had the whole dug and everything, had the post set, but life happens, and we went our own ways. But yeah, wallopini, I would absolutely love to do a wallopini, but that'll be on the next property, I'm thinking, because I just don't have the room here. And there is just cool from the south would be very familiar with Osage orange. The history of it is really cool. I'm gonna have to look into that. I would love to have orange trees, orange and banana trees. Oh, a kiwi tree would be cool too. But yeah, I don't. I just love it all. I love it all. A food forest though. So the good thing about it is I have oh, what are they? Hazelnuts. I have a ton of hazelnuts here. Didn't get to them before the squirrels this year, but I know that they're here everywhere. Hazelnut trees are proliferous here. So, hey, you need a hand builder, man? Give me a shout when the time comes. I don't mind helping you build your greenhouse. I still got to put pulleys on mine so I can open up my top rafters, so I don't have to open up the door. I can just pull on the pulley and it opens up the window from inside. But I love to do a food forest. I have a vague idea of how I'm going to do it through the front and in the back. In the back, I did cut down a couple trees that were widow makers, and that opened up the canopy a little bit. So the way that I'm going to do it is the old Aztecs. Yeah, mushrooms. I'd love to get onto the mushrooms. That's in my plan for the back food forest here. And the old Aztec, I think it was the Aztecs. Um, they did like floating gardens. So that's what I want to do in the back here, because I have a brook that runs down, and I could divert it to where the top of the property is and have it come down into 3 rows, and it would be 3 rows of floating gardens. And what I could do there is do kind of a trial run for a impromptu food forest in behind as well, where it doesn't get that much sun. Excuse me. So there's just plants coming out the yin yang. Oh, excuse me. Want to do water reservoirs. Want to do a water catchment system. Just so much. Oh my. An hour and a half. Bob the Builder. Bob the Builder. Yes, he can. Oh man, I gotta laugh at myself. Work and chat. Amen, brother. Hey, even whatever you need a hand with, whatever, man, putting your wood away or whatever, give me a shout, man. I don't mind at all. My truck broke down, unfortunately, right now, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that. So I got to get that taken care of in the next little bit, I'm thinking. It's good. It's a seasonal brook, so it only runs for about 3/4 of the year. In the dead of the summer, it's right around probably July and August is when it dries up. But for the rest of the year, it runs absolutely great. If I can build a couple reservoirs, catch the water, then I could have it'll be all year. So I think I got to use the bathroom. I think we're an hour and a half in. If y'all have any more, don't have any more questions, I think I'm going to leave the live here. This has just been an absolutely wonderful live, and I appreciate y'all taking some time out of your day to check in. I'm going to get finalized on, we're going to do a live every week. I'm going to set it in stone. It's going on my board right there. And we're going to do a live every week, because this chill and chat has absolutely been phenomenal. Just love it. Love it connecting with y'all. And it just brings another form of community. Whereas it's instead of just me replying to comments, where I can see the comments real time and we could actually have a discussion, which I absolutely love it. So when I get everything all figured out, be sure to check my community tab. Same, if you want to check out Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, I have all of the information in I think it's in my channel description. So there's all kinds of different content posted on each. It was so good to see all of you, and may God just have his mercy on your day and just have an amazing, amazing day, you know, filled with just peace, love, and positivity. Absolutely love y'all. God bless you all. And what do I always say? I got to end the videos the same way, the same way. Keep that stick on the ice. There is no failure. You just got to keep on trucking forward. The adventure is in the journey, not the destination. But remember, you can't start at the finish line. Have a great day, y'all, and we'll see y'all very soon. Peace, y'all. Peace. Woo, 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 woo. God bless y'all. God bless. Now I got to figure out how to end this.